Everybody, welcome Cheech and Chong. Yeah! Coming out on this side, hey! Cheech Marin, Tom Chong, yeah! First of all,
hello. Are your gummies kicked in too?
Hey, I'd like to start this out by saying thank you to Marijuana for bringing us here and for producing these two lovely gentlemen who we are all just so in love with, and just walking to this hall right here at the Wondercon and seeing people say, hey, Cheech and Chong, man! And we're fucking tripping out. It was giving me goosebumps just walking with you guys. So
they just say, hey, that looks like Cheech and Chong.
Some people probably did think that it wasn't you.
Nice costumes.
So, real quickly, the first time I met these two gentlemen, well, it was Tommy first. It was right after you got out of prison. And it was in New York City, and you did one of your comedy shows, and I was with the members of High Times magazine.
Oh!
We went out to a dinner.
You look familiar, man. Who the fuck is this guy?
Yeah, man. So,
was I in jail with him?
No, it was right after you got out of jail in 2004. Yeah.
Four.
Yeah, 2004. I remember it was.
I did 9 months, man.
Hard time.
I know you did, but when you got out and I watched your comedy show, you were just alive, and it felt so good to have you out, man. So we're happy to have Tommy here again. Yeah. And then one more time, I was with my family. I took my two daughters. They're now 19 and 16, but I took them there, and they were little kids. This was 2013, and then I was like, oh my God, it's Cheech and Chong, girls. And then my daughter goes, no, it's Uncle Felix, Dad. And I said, no, it's not. Shut up. It's Cheech and Chong. Maya, stop it. You're embarrassing me. No, it's Uncle Felix. Uncle Felix. And then I was like, shut up. And then he turned around and smiled and was like, yeah. And I was like, oh shit. It is Uncle Felix. So I never watched Spy Kids. I don't fucking know. So she was like, Spy Kids. And I was like, oh, and then you guys took a picture with them, and we loved that.
You never watched Spy Kids?
No, dude.
Where you been, under a rock?
No.
Under the same rock as me, I haven't seen it either.
Never saw Spy. Oh, no.
No.
All right,
maybe next lifetime.
No, I quit going to your movies when I went to the last Cheech and Chong movie and I wasn't in it.
Yeah.
I can understand some resentment there, Tom. So we are here celebrating 50 years of you guys being a comedy duo. 50 years, guys. That's a marriage, Tommy and Cheech.
No, 3 marriages with him. 2 for me.
But how does it feel to be here after all these years together?
We just did a medication, so we're fine.
I smoked on the way over.
We did some Tommy Chong breast strips.
Oh.
Yeah, they're on the market.
Nice.
Breast strips?
Hey, Tommy Chong.
Oh, breast strips. Oh, I thought you said breast.
You guys want to buy some drugs?
I want a breast.
Someone said free sample. It was a girl too, I know. A pretty girl too.
So,
Pretty girls don't think they have
Tommy
to
and
pay for
Cheech,
anything.
what's so cool is...
No, these
Oh, there it is, the breast.
That's your-
Oh, look at this, yeah.
They do it all at the same time. I want to see.
Mr. Big Stoner here, he took a little half for it.
That's all.
You want to do it right now in front of you?
Sure. I want to see what happens. This will be cool.
Hey, man.
Say, now that is indicative of how times change.
Yeah.
Instead of hiding, hey, here we go. The camera's on, yeah, okay.
It's so crazy.
Eventually, people will look at you when you'll tell them it was illegal. They go, no, really? Come on.
Hey, you guys,
Yep.
what's so cool and fascinating with these 50 years is you guys started off as a music group, and it was like you're in between banter on stage, and you're kind of close by at the Troubadour, where you guys were just jamming and then making people laugh in between, and there was a spark there, and it was like, wow, we can do this. Maybe it's this and not the music, but you guys ended up doing both for many years.
Well, we
Successful.
could have been a band, but we had a band all ready to play, and we were in a battle of the bands. But we thought, oh well, let's do little bit of comedy in the beginning, and then we'll play. And we never did play. And the bass player comes up to me after, he says, well, when's our next gig, boss?
Yeah, let me tell you.
We never played a note.
And we won the Battle of the Bands.
Yeah.
It was a sign.
And then coming home, we're driving my dad's car and the windshield wipers weren't working, and we're in British Columbia, Canada. And it was raining
every day.
Just pouring down. And so we had to take turns with a coat hanger tied to the windshield wiper outside. And while we were doing that, we're trying to think of what we were going to call ourselves.
Yeah.
And we went through the Marin and Chong and Richard and Tommy. Nah. I said, don't you have a nickname? And Cheech says, yeah, it's Cheech.
And then, to his credit, he said, Cheech and Chong, Cheech and Chong. And it sounded right to a musician. Cheech, it scanned right. And it was never Chong and Cheech, thank God. It was just Cheech and Chong. And, okay, yeah, we're going to take over the world as soon as we get these wipers to work, you know.
We had a few problems, like we had to figure out a way to sneak Cheech back into America because we were up in Canada.
I was the first Mexican to sneak in America from Canada.
But it was so relaxed back there. It was way before 9/11 and everything. And so Cheech shows him an ID of a friend, right?
Yeah, I didn't have any. I was wanted by the FBI at the time, and I needed an ID to go back. So my friend lent me his driver's license with his picture on it. I swear to God. Oh yeah, I'm Bill Norris. See? Like, I go, oh, they're both dark. Okay, go ahead.
So,
Cheech and Chong, what about the time where you were just like, weed? I'm gonna make this about weed, and you probably had resistance from people saying, you can't do that stuff, you guys can't talk about that, you can't...
no,
you know,
the weed started when we got to LA. Because all the time we were in Canada, we were in a strip bar. You know, like, and we were doing actually hippie burlesque. The whole time we're up there, we never had a weed joke there.
No.
Not one.
Or a Mexican joke.
So when we came down and started doing the auditions, you know, the comedy, what do you call it? You know, drop-ins. You know,
Open mic night.
Open mic nights.
There we go.
We did our act that we did up in Canada for the most part. But then we played one club, and it was a dance club where people were dancing, and they had to stop dancing and watch us do comedy. So they weren't the happiest people in the world. And so we did the first show, and it wasn't that great, you know. And so the second show, Cheech and I had to start thinking about it. We said, man, we got to come up with a bit that these people can relate to. They're all like, you guys. And so we come up with Pedro Man character.
Yeah, that's when we switched to those characters, and all of a sudden.
And that's when Cheech is driving the car. You know, he's the Latino, the Chicano, Pedro driving the car, and he goes, hey, Red Freak, want to ride, man? And I come out from the back, stoned out of my head, and history was made. That night, I mean, I'll tell you, the crowd was mesmerized, if you can believe it. I mean, we were. We couldn't believe what we had just done. And then we came back to work the next week and we were fired.
The real owner shows up, you know.
Our name wasn't on the marquee anymore. We go, hey, what's up, John? It's a dance club, what can I say?
Do you guys have a favorite character in the movies that you guys have played over the decades? A character, because you guys have played so many different characters in these movies. I love Harry Palms, dude. That's
When we did the movie,
the over the boulder shoulder holder. Do you remember that? No?
when we did the movie, we had to decide what characters we were going to do.
Yeah.
We were thinking about, you know. Well, I wrote a song, Up in Smoke, and when I sang that, then Cheech says, "That's the name of the film." And then when we got the name of the film, we knew what characters we were going to play, and that was it.
I like Red.
The next movie.
My cousin, Dwayne Mendoza.
Did you guys ever look at Ajax the same? Do you guys remember that?
We signed cans of Ajax.
Oh my God, I love it. Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Oh man.
That was the late Junie Fairchild, who was a friend of ours. She was an actress. She was actually the girl who named Three Dog Night. Three Dog Night. That was she was going with Danny Hutton at that time.
An actress.
An actress.
Very good actress.
Very good.
What was it? What movie she was in with Rock Hudson?
Pretty Maids All on the Road.
Pretty Maids on the Road. Yeah, she was in that movie.
Very funny.
And everything she did, all the Ajax stuff, all the noise, she would do it at parties. We go to parties with Danny and her, and so when we wrote that part, it was, hey, do your thing, you know.
I love that. I love Ajax. I went to the grocery store this morning looking for old school Ajax. They don't have it, dude. They had the liquid kind, but I didn't want that one, man. So, but we're here with Z2 Comics at Wondercon, Cheech and Chong, and we're talking about this really cool collaboration that you guys did with them called Cheech and Chong Chronicles. And it's basically telling the history of the world through the eyes of potheads and weed.
We prefer stoners.
Stoners. Is that your favorite word?
Yeah, I like it. Yeah, I like it.
What's your favorite word for weed?
Weed,
Cheech?
Weed, yeska.
Yeska? You don't say yeska. Is that what you say all the time?
Yeah, or weed, or whatever. I don't know, weed. Weed is weed.
Yeah.
I think they always ask me, what's your favorite strain? Weed?
Yeah. I don't know, man.
I'm still looking for my favorite strain.
Yeah.
It's there somewhere.
It used to be muscle strain.
I'm gonna find out.
So, I don't even know my favorite strain either, man. I can't even tell sativa, hybrid, indica. I don't know,
Hey,
man.
if you can remember what you smoked, then that shit wasn't that good.
Yeah. Amen, brother.
If you can remember where you are.
Yeah. I
You got
everything, Tommy. Hey, but let's talk about this cool Cheech and Chong Chronicles. Let me see how I can get the screen up here again. Oh, there it is. Do I have to just open this up? Hey, Sean.
They came to us and they had these series of graphic novels that they had done for other groups or other show business personalities, and they said this would be a perfect match for you guys. I know I was a little wary about it at first, but then we started seeing what they were doing, and this is going to be very good. And it has come out very good. I've seen it, and as an art connoisseur, I'm quite proud of it. I think it's very good, and you will be too. But only if you buy 1 million copies. That's when the real essence of it comes out.
I need your fingerprint. There it is. Yay!
Well, you gotta press that button. Yeah.
Well, I tried to press it, but it's not my fingerprint, Cheech. All right,
That's usually what they do when I have trouble with my electronic stuff. They come and look at it, and then they take the plug and plug it in. Then it's okay, you don't owe me anything.
So check it out, guys. I have it on my screen here. There it is. Yeah. Oh, yeah. You guys can see it there. There's one of the 2 covers for Cheech and Chong Chronicles, A Brief History of Weed by Cheech Marin and Tommy Chong, Elliot Rawl. Art by Bob Fingerman. Let's go to the next one. This is the 2nd cover. Check this out too.
Hello.
Everyone here. Are we giving shout outs here? Let's see some of the cool pages. How does it feel to see you guys in cartoon character, Cheech and Tommy?
We've been cartoons before, you know. Our whole life is a cartoon. It's fine. Is that off?
So you guys are traveling. What, is Tommy on the phone right now?
Yes, he is. We think he's just learning how to do this cell phone. It's a new thing.
So check, here's some more artwork from the book. You guys are flying. There's a bong right there.
Oh, I like that.
What's your favorite way? I like that. Cheech, what's your favorite way to consume it?
To consume?
Yeah.
You know, I'm a flower.
Flower.
I'm a flower guy.
Yeah, but like
I'm a flower child.
joint.
No, I like a pipe.
All right, fine.
You know,
Yeah.
because it, you know. It's okay.
And here's some more art, guys.
I'm in the middle of
Hey, come on, man! It's time to pour drinks. Let's go.
That was my darling boss.
Where did you tell you were going?
I didn't know where we were going. had no idea. Oh, this is a convention center. Here we are. We would have been here sooner, but we didn't know how to get in the building.
Yeah.
And they asked me, she just asked me, what time are you going to be home? Where's home?
It's so cool, Tommy, to see you and your wife so active on social media and just having a lot of fun with life and stuff. It's super cool, man. I love seeing that.
We've been together longer than Cheech and I have been together.
Yeah, over 50 years?
Yeah.
Over, yeah. I mean, I was married in between, but...
Yeah. Just a babysitter, you know.
But she still loves you, Tom.
It was legal back then.
It was.
different laws. Hey, what about this? I saw that you're doing this NFT project.
Ooh.
The homies as well. I see.
We're going to be so rich we won't have to do this shit anymore. NFTs, you know what they are? Cheech didn't believe in them. Cheech kept saying, it's a Ponzi scheme.
Well, you know, they came to me and says, okay, well, all right, I kind of get it, but how many of these are you doing? They said 10,420. I said, are you selling 10,000 of these things, man? There's no way. Boy, it took less than an hour. Less than an hour.
Do you understand all that stuff?
Sort of.
Tommy, do you understand it more than Cheech?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's very simple. You know how Picasso, the artist, when he'd eat or purchase anything, he never used money. He would just do a signature. And a signature was worth so much more than whatever he was dealing with that it became currency. And that's really what an NFT is. It's a one-of-a-kind piece of art, signature, object, but it's a one-of-a-kind. And then you register it.
I own 10 Picassos. Cool.
That's so cool, man. I know you guys just did like community events and stuff surrounding that as well.
You know what was really interesting discovering and participating in this process was that it's about community at the end. It's kind of about art because that's what initiates it, but it's about community and people talking to each other and sharing ideas and it's, for us, it's like going on tour, but we don't have to go on tour. But we can talk to everybody around the world at the same time. So
it's the future, and it's here. It's here. This way we're going to be bargaining. There's no middleman. There's no way, you can fuck up a signature.
That's so cool, man. I love how Tommy Chong is breaking down NFTs for me and making me understand it better. It's like, oh, fuck, I get it now. We're going to open it to a Q&A here, so if you guys have some questions, you can get ready, but we'll do that in a little bit. But I just also want to bring up something.
But don't insult my wife.
Do not insult Tommy's
I'll
wife.
slap this shit out of you. Take her name out of your fucking mouth. I'm sorry, I had a fight.
No, of course.
you're expelled.
You can see what I've been watching lately.
That is crazy though, for you guys as comedians, that kind of notion of being like scared that somebody that is offended by something you say, because comedians say some pretty brutal stuff because in the audience, they don't know anything but appearance. They don't know these people, and people have been, made fun of just by appearance, but no one did it.
Had it been a Chicano comedian,
Yeah.
there'd been no slap.
Yeah.
There'd be some cutting, maybe.
So,
and if it was a Canadian, he would get slapped. Because, I'm a Canadian, we play hockey.
Yeah.
And if someone walks towards you threatening like that, you just automatically smack him in the head. So Chris Rock, he was lucky he picked Chris because Chris is such a mellow, beautiful little guy, Beautiful guy. And when he took it, the other thing I would have done if I was Chris, I would have acted like he killed me.
Go down to the ground.
Imagine the
He's
scene.
not breathing. He's not.
Can you imagine Will Smith going, oh?
This has gone terribly wrong.
Man.
Well, when we started, Tommy was saying before, we started in a strip bar in Vancouver, Canada, and the rough strip bar in Junkie Winoville, downtown. Junkietown of Vancouver, and you know, guys would try to get on the stage very often and not just slap us, beat the shit out of us.
Well, I gotta tell you, one time, I was a director. And this one guy wanted to join the group. And so, at the time I was working the lights, I wasn't in the show. And so the guy said, I said, you're an actor? I said, okay, here's what I want you to play. Okay, you're a cop, and you're gonna shut down the show because of the nudity and the stuff that's going on stage. You got that? And the guy goes, yeah, I can do that. And so the guy gets on stage, and I didn't tell anybody. I didn't tell my brother, it was a bouncer. I didn't tell him, so the guy walks on stage, he reached for the mic, that's as far as he got. But my brother and another bouncer grabbed his ass, and they literally threw him down the stairs, out the door. And he came back, and he said, what do you think? I said, well, you didn't fool anybody. I'm not that good of an actor.
Yeah, it was a tough place.
I'm glad you guys are here with us, man.
Oh, we had fun, man.
Yeah, I know you guys did.
And Cheech, when we hired Cheech, we were playing, by that time I was in the show, and we're backstage, and I met Cheech, and I said, come on down and check out the show, you know. He's okay, so he shows up, we're backstage, I'm looking up, and he walks in, and Cheech is looking good, you know, he's all gussied up, you know. And he had the most beautiful woman with him. Long mink coat, she looked like a movie actress. In fact, they both looked like movie actors coming into the matinee, and I looked at it. All the actors around me, and we were looking, and they said, oh, wow, she's beautiful. And where's the guy? And there's Cheech beside her. And so Cheech saw the show, and then he wanted to do the show. But you had to think about it first, right?
Yeah, I did. My only question to Tommy was, how much does this pay? And it was $5 more than I was earning delivering carpets. So hang out with naked girls and smoke dope and do improv. Let me see. Which is the better gig? I don't know.
I'm glad that you made that life choice there, Cheech. So we have some questions. I think there's some people in the back here. Thanks for joining us at Wondercon for our Cheech Chong 50 years of this awesome duo. Please say your name and where you're from. Thank you.
My name's Jeremy. I'm from New York City. First of all, thank you for joining us this evening. Welcome to WonderCon. It's really a pleasure to get to listen to you gentlemen talk this evening. In your long career, you've obviously come across a lot of people who come up to you and say, oh, you influenced me, I'm such a fan of your work. Is there anyone that you met that you were surprised was a fan of the two of you when you met them?
Oh, for me, I was at an event, and a boxing event Sugar Ray Leonard was putting on. I went to the bathroom, and come out, and the guy stops me and goes, excuse me, but I'm Eddie Murphy, and I'm a really big fan. And I'm looking at Eddie Murphy, and he's looking at me, yeah, Eddie Murphy. Shocked the shit out of me. Then I turned into a fan. Eddie, wow. Come on, let's take a picture, man.
What about you, Cheech?
Well, there was a very famous Dodger pitcher named Don Newcomb. Anybody remember Don Newcomb? Big guy. And he was one of the best Dodger pitchers ever. And this was the start of our career. I don't think we were making movies, but we were still in records. And so my wife and I went to some event. A lot of sports people were there. I said, you want a drink? I'm gonna go get you a drink. Yeah, give me a drink. And so I stood in line, and I'm sitting there, and I'm looking at everybody, all these athletes, and there's this big guy in front of me, and I turn around, and we get to the thing, and he turns around and he goes, "Hey, Cheech, how you doing?" Fuck, it's Don Newcomb. Don Newcomb knows my name. Wow, take me, Lord, take me now. I was such a fan. It was amazing.
Any crazy, like, you ever spoke with any president or anything like that?
Any what?
Any politician, president, someone super like that's not supposed
Bill
to?
Clinton.
You guys smoke together?
We smoked up.
That's badass. Do you remember
We got pictures of it.
Do you remember what kind of weed it was?
Arkansas.
Arkansas. That's not good, I don't think.
Pink moss, yeah.
It was oregano. Hey, we'll go to the next one.
I got high with Hillary too.
No way.
Her and her girlfriend.
Awesome.
They had a twosome. I just watched.
Hi, my name's Moose. I'm from San Diego, and when you were talking about your favorite names, I will never get past Ralph and Herbie. But my question is, whose idea was it for the ending of the wrestling match with the Invisible Man? The four-corner post.
I don't know. We kind of, do you remember? I remember doing the bit, but it was, we did it as on the record first. Is that what you're talking about, or was it on the film?
But no, on the film, right?
Yeah, film.
Well, we did that bit as a record bit first.
Yeah, it was a record bit. Well, although Still Smoking was all our record bits. That's why we did Still Smoking. Still Smoking was supposed to be a concert movie, like Eddie Murphy did. And but when they gave us the money, we said, "Fuck this, let's do a real movie," you know. And so we did. And what I wanted to do, I directed it, and so I wanted to show all the bits that I knew we would never be doing again. And we loved those bits so much, and so I wanted to give them a nice home. And so we did that. All the bits that we couldn't do, you know, any movies or anything.
Love that.
We had to do something that had a visual ending rather than an audio ending. So when he lets go of the guy's nuts, it broke the camera, it broke the lens at the end, so you know it was the ending. Like that.
Love that. Nice question. Next question here at WonderCon, Z2 Comics, Cheech Chong Chronicles, out 420. Hello.
I don't mean to kiss ass, but it's not every
Go
day.
ahead.
It's
Really,
not every...
don't hold yourself back, really.
Hey, don't knock it if you haven't tried.
It's not every day you get to be in the presence of such legends of cinematic history.
Yeah.
And my question is, you guys did that South Park episode where, I don't want to spoil anything, but I just want to know your experience about it. What was it working with the creators and all that?
It was very short.
Oh, we never saw him.
No,
We just did our bit and
they put it
did you
in.
meet him?
No, I think one of the guys called me.
That's what you know, comic book animation, you don't know who the fuck. And if you did meet him, you go, "Oh, who are you?" No, but it was such an honor and a thrill to be on South Park. Well, we got on The Simpsons.
Oh, we had a whole
Yeah, that
episode
was
of The
another
Simpsons. That was
big
nice.
thrill. I'm telling you, when you get asked to do those kind of iconic bits, it's better than having a star on Hollywood Boulevard. You know what I mean? Because you're there, you're being honored, and that's what I felt about it.
Let me ask you real quickly too. I have a quick Q&A. I'm Jose from Costa Mesa, California. Hey, hi. Cheech, you did a collaboration with Korn. You guys, any Korn fans in here? Yeah. And on the Follow the Leader album, you guys covered Earache My Eye. And you sang with Korn on that version of Earache My Eye. It's a heavy version of the song. I don't know if you've heard it. If you haven't, please listen to it tonight on your way home. It's so good. But to hear your voice with heavy metal, it really made me emotional.
Oh, I guess. Thank you.
Was that a cool collabo? I mean,
It was such a cool deal because they called me up this is Jonathan from Korn, and he says, we're going to record this, and would you come down and record the vocal for us? I said, I didn't say that to him. I never heard of you guys, but my son, who was 14 at the time, was a giant Korn fan, and he got a like 7-string guitar to learn how to play all the solos. And so, okay, so I went down and recorded it, and then they asked me, says, we're doing a preview party at the Whiskey, a go-go, and we're gonna play. It's like right in the middle of the day, like noon or something like this. Will you come down and sing it on stage? And so I said, well, that sounds good, So I said, hey, Joe, you want to go see your favorite band, Korn? Yeah! And so I got on stage at the Whiskey and I came and sang the song, and I could see and it was his birthday that day. And I could see him up in the back, and I said, this one's for you, Joe, and he's all weepy. And it was a really great moment, but the other moment was he was walking around the club. And so he's seen what everybody's doing, and he smelled what everybody was doing in the club. And he gets me home, and he says, oh, Dad, now I know what that smell is. Busted,
So that was the first, that wasn't the first time that your son knew what weed smelled like.
It was.
Yeah, what do you mean?
Because it was in the old, well, I'd go out in the yard and come back and watch them.
Cheech was LAPD trained.
Yeah.
His dad's a cop.
My dad was LAPD for 30 years. A lot of members of my family were LAPD.
Are you serious?
No, serious.
That's why Cheech was in Canada. He caught him smoking weed. Get the hell out of there.
Get the hell out. That's fucking great story. Thank you, Cheech. Next question. Thank you for coming to WonderCon with us. Your name and where you're from.
Well, thanks. I'm Gary from San Fernando Valley, and there you go, Cheech. What's your most requested bit, and do you have one of those strips for me?
See me after. What's our most requested bit?
Dave's not here?
Dave's not here.
Or Santa Claus. I like Santa Claus and his old lady, man. No, I don't know. I don't keep track of shit like that.
All right, next question. Your name and where you're from?
I'm Zuli, and I'm from...
Home?
Yeah.
Okay.
How old are you?
9.
Oh, cool. What's up?
Perfect age.
She's seen mine.
Yeah, she's perfect for
Sorry.
Chronicles. She can learn the history of
Introduction
the world
to Cheech
through
and
weed.
Chong, 9 years old. Okay, go.
What's your question for Tommy and Cheech?
My question is for Cheech.
Yes, ma'am.
Who's your favorite, friend, actor in Spy Kids?
Oh, Uncle Felix, bringing it all back.
My favorite actor, besides me,
Spy Kids, Spy from Spy Kids.
it's Spy Kids. Danny Trejo.
Yes.
I didn't know he was. I love that. I was just with him in Arkansas. We were the Grand Marshal and the starter of the St. Patrick's Day Parade in Arkansas. in Hot Springs, Arkansas. That was a trip. But it was delayed for like 2 or 3 years because of the pandemic, So we finally got this built as the world's shortest St. Patrick's Day Parade because it's only 94 feet, Yeah, I could do that, man, that's pretty cool. And so we were both down there, we had a great time. And it was my wife and I were there, and we rode in the car, and the other guests were the Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders. And every time I looked over to see them, I'd see Danny in the middle of them going down for the 3rd time.
Smart man.
It was always a trip hanging out with him.
Nice. All right, next question, your name and where you're from, and thanks for hanging with us. Everyone, thank you for hanging with us. This is really cool.
Yeah, I just want to say first that you cursed me. My name is Dave.
I bet, yeah. What's that like?
I'm from Huntington Beach.
Oh, okay.
So what I wanted to ask you, if you can tell us something that you normally wouldn't tell people in public. That thing that just lit across your mind right there. You said, I shouldn't say that. You know, tell us that.
Can we have this guy removed? He's a stalker. No.
You want to talk about your sex change operation?
Not at this moment. I don't know. If I don't want to say it, I don't want to say it. You know, there's something legal involved.
Hey, Cheech, aren't you opening a Chicano art museum?
I am.
Yeah. That's very cool.
We open in Riverside, California on June 18th. I want everybody to come.
Can you tell us about that museum and what you can find, what we can find in there?
It's an unbelievably beautiful mid-century building that is, if you had a list of the top 10 mid-century buildings in the world, this would be on that list. And it was the town library. And long story short, they came to me, I did a show there, and they came to me and said, we'd like to give you the museum for your collection. And I said, wow, you want me to buy a museum? No, because I'm doing okay, but I don't know if I'm doing museum okay. And I said, no, we want to give you the museum for your collection. What I found out later, they want to trade me the museum for my collection. So they get the collection, and I get to say my collection's there. You know? But we open, and it's a beautiful, it was meant to happen. The dimensions of the building are 66,420 square feet. I swear to God. 420 being the operative number there. And we opened June 18th. I've been collecting for a lot of years and traveling the collection all around the country. And I came to the part where I go, what am I going to do with this collection after, you know? So I thought, you know, start giving it away to some museums. And then this house fell on me from out of the sky like Wizard of Oz, you know? And I go, okay, just stand on the spot. It's going to fall on you.
You know, I think the second verse of Up in Smoke, when you do it in Spanglish, it's probably one of the first times that people even like sang Spanish or even like thought about singing Spanish. You introduced a lot of people to the Mexican culture and Spanish and stuff, so thank you on behalf of all the Latinos, man, for representing, you know, in Cheech Chong, outside of Cheech Chong, you've always been a big leader in the movement, and so I've seen that for a very long time, Lee, so thank you, Cheech.
I'm just looking for a tax write-off.
Tommy, what about
you?
Do
I get any ups for hiring Mexicans?
You get a lot of props for getting a lot of Mexicans high too, man. You know, so
everybody thinks he's Chicano, anyways.
Yeah, he's honorary Mexican.
Cheech has got an art gallery. I'm going to have a homeless shelter
at the art gallery.
You know how many homeless there are? No, thousands.
Yeah. Really?
I could fill the place like in no time. I'm going to design it. It's going to be a drive-in movie theater with permanent cars.
And they're just on.
And they not only live there, but they get to watch a real good Cheech and Chong movie every night.
And they get to hang with you every once in a while too when you go to check up on the place. That'll be so cool.
Strips.
Yes.
We'll go to the next question here with our Q&A with Cheech and Chong. Hi, your name and where you're from?
I'm Jessica. I'm from San Diego.
Yeah.
Don't apologize.
I wanted to ask Tommy what it was like working on the 70s show.
Oh, yeah.
It was great, except, you know, it's all fake. First day of the 70s show, you know, I thought everybody was hip. I watched them do the marijuana circle and everything, you know. So here's my first day of the 70s show, like.
You don't want any? You don't want any? You don't want any? What?
Finally, the Chicano cameraman, we show, hey, welcome to the show.
Yes. Yes.
No, it was great. It was the most fun. And you know what I realized? I never ad-libbed. No, I did. I ad-libbed one word the whole 5 years I was there. One word. Everything I said on that show was written by writers. It was incredible. And that was the only time I ever did, because they knew my voice. And so any other movie I did, you know, I did Color Out of Space, and I had to wear what they call an earwig. That's how I learned about Bruce Willis.
Oh, yeah.
And so you put
You got the lines fed to you.
yeah, and so I had all the lines fed to me. That's the way I act from now on. Fuck it.
Screw memorizing stuff.
You don't have to memorize it. And not only you don't have to memorize it, but you don't have to become it. See, I think that's what happened to Will. You know, he couldn't get out of that King Richard character. And all of a sudden, boom, he fell into that character and, bitch, you call him that what? You know?
That's right.
So, but when you have someone feeding you the lines, you can, then you can really act. Like, you can really take your time and look around, think about it, get serious and think about it. And then you say the line.
Soap opera style, that's what soap opera actors do.
Our Marlon Brando used to do that.
Yeah?
He was the first guy I ever heard.
Wow.
Hey, a shitload of actors do that.
Yeah, they should, anyways.
Yeah, 'cause, I mean, I know we smoke a lot of weed, it's hard to remember stuff, man. I know we're running down with time here. We'll go to another one here in the back. Your name and where you're from. Question for Cheech and Chong.
I just wanted to say thank you, Tommy. I'm telling everybody that you called me a hot chick because I'm the one who yelled free samples.
Nice. Next question for Cheech and Chong.
We have time for one more question.
Thank you very much. And your name and where you're from.
Hey, my name's Tanya. I'm from East LA, and
Hey! Where were you born, Tanya?
where or when?
No, where?
He's not late.
I was born in East LA. Yes, I was. Alright, sorry, I thought you were gonna go right into it. Okay, your question, sorry.
What's your
I set you up.
It's Los Angeles. What do you want me to say? It's all the same.
You say born in East LA.
I'm not that old, dude.
Alright, you win. Yes. But that's why I'm here though.
I was gonna ask, what's your best advice for starting a comedian?
Best advice for what?
Starting comedian.
Starting comedian.
Try to be funny. No, seriously. A lot of comedians, they don't take that to heart, you know. No, really, a lot of comedians are just there for the therapy. Like, you get up there and talk all this shit, you know, but be funny with it. It's not hard. I mean, it is for some people.
I would advise you to be able to dodge a punch, man. Apparently keep your head moving, don't be on center.
You know what? I'll add just a quick little advice. I think this can go to anybody in the room. I think the coolest thing about Cheech and Chong for 50 years is that they do things because they love it and they're so passionate about it. So if you're super passionate about comedy, then just live it, smoke it, drink it, everything about it, you know, absorb yourself in it and just do it because you love it, not because you're looking for money or a paycheck or free weed. Well, that could be kind of cool too. But just, you know, do it because you love it, man, because these guys wear their passion on their sleeves. I know I do. So, thank you guys. Thank you very much.
Thanks very much.
50 years of Cheech and Chong. Stand up on your feet, Anaheim. There's a brand new book, Cheech and Chong Chronicles, comes out 4/20, Z2 Comics, telling the history of the world through marijuana. Thanks to Tommy Chong, Cheech Marin, Z2 Comics, Wondercon, and everyone here, all you wonderful people at Wondercon. Cheech and Chong, 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 Cheech and Chong.